Hello, everyone, and welcome back to MoneyMagpie's Vlogmas. I'm Ruby, and I'm the investment editor for MoneyMagpie Invest. And today, I wanted to talk about stocking filler investments. These are the kind of little financial treats that you can give yourself throughout the year that your future self will genuinely thank you for. And the best part is that you can start for as little as just £1, and I mean it. In this video, I am going to be covering everything from fractional shares to automated investing. If you're someone who wants to dip their toes into the world of investing, but you don't have thousands of pounds to start with, this is the video for you. By the end, you will have a clear idea of how to get started with your very own investment portfolio on a budget. So let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about something called fractional shares, because this is where the magic really begins. Because if you look the tickers for big names like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, or Amazon, you'll notice that they're very expensive. You might look at these kind of stocks and think, I could never invest in something like that. I mean, who really has hundreds of pounds to drop on just one share? This is where fractional shares come in to save the day. Fractional shares allow you to buy a slice of a share rather than putting all of your money into the whole thing. It's a way of splitting one share up into smaller pieces that investors can buy in from £10, £5, or even £1. And this means that you don't need lots of money to start investing in those big name stocks. When you buy fractional shares, you don't own an entire share of the company. The value of the share that you do buy still tracks the performance of that share. So you still get the same kind of exposure without needing to invest thousands. Because the thing is, you do not need to be rich to start investing. You just need to start. Even if you only have £10 a month to invest, you can build a portfolio. And if later on you can stretch that to £25 or even £50, then that's amazing. But the main thing and the most important thing is that you start. Now, you might be thinking, surely those £10, £25, £50 investments won't really make a difference over time. And that's where you're wrong. And this is where I want to introduce something called compound interest. Compound interest is the idea that your money makes money, and then that money makes money, and then that money makes money, and then that money makes money, and so on and so on and so on. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It can start really small, but get bigger and bigger and bigger over time. Compound interest is the reason that starting even with just a really small amount still works in the long run. Because the sooner you start, the more time you're giving that snowball to grow. So how exactly does compound interest work? Well, let's say that you put £10 into the stock market, and in 1 year, that £10 makes £1. It gives you a return of 10%. Well, the year after, you now have £11 invested in the stock market. So by the second year, that same 10% return would add £1.10 to your portfolio. So the year after that, you have £12.10 invested in the stock market. And that year, that 10% gives you a return of £1.21. And your portfolio slowly accumulates over time. Now, those £1 a year returns might sound small at the start, but by year 20, your portfolio would actually be worth £634.96, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Now, for this example, I've used literally just £10 a year, which is the price of just 2 coffees every single year. But realistically, most people can afford a bit more than that. So let's say you invest just £100 per year into the market and get around 10% returns each year. Thanks to compound interest, after 20 years, your portfolio would be worth £6,300. And now let's say that you can invest £1,000 a year, which is still less than £100 a month. Well, after 20 years, your portfolio would be worth £57,275. That's quite a lot of money for investing less than £100 a month. And this is exactly why compound interest and compound returns really is magic. It allows you to start with just a small amount and grow that into something significant over time. The important thing here is consistency. You have to start soon and keep going to make that snowball grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's where automatic investing apps come in handy. A lot of micro investing apps let you set up monthly automatic investments. This means that you don't have to remember, you don't have to think, and you don't have to try to convince yourself every single month. It just happens, like any other bill or subscription. Automatic investing takes the emotional side out of investing, which makes it a lot easier to stay consistent. And the more consistent you are and the sooner you start, the bigger that snowball will grow. So it really does make a difference over time. If you want to start investing on a budget, I actually launched a really exciting challenge that will help you to build this consistency habit. It's called the £10 to 10K challenge, and I will leave the link to sign up below. In this challenge, I teach you how to turn just £10 into £10,000 through the magic of compound investing. And it's a really good way to get a taste for how all of this stuff works. I really hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that it's given you a bit of motivation to start investing, even if it's only with £10, because you don't have to be rich to start investing. In fact, investing is how you get rich in the first place, and the sooner you start, the better. If this video has given you a bit of inspiration to go and invest, I would love to know how much you're starting with and what share you're going to buy in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe to Money Magpie and come back tomorrow for the next day of Vlogmas.